Bilang panik naman, it's Lawrence Capulong with 4 points. Let's see. Big question here though, as the second half now begins. Can Arellano sustain the hot run that they had in the second quarter? Prince Carlos, Mix Oxon, Will Gozum, Paul Turco, and Mark Sanko. Yan ang 5 on the floor ni Charles Stew and Benilde. Carlos calling the play. Carlos wanting to go to Gozum with 3 to shoot. Posting up Valencia, nice look to Turco. That was a good look, but not enough time for Turco to let go of the ball. Shot clock violation. That will be turnover number 11 para sa Benilde Blazers. Arellano has only turned the ball over 4 times today.
And looking at the previous play of CSP, yes, we'd like to see them doing their best in controlling the pace. Pero napatagal, they used up too much of the shot clock. So this time, they really have to be aware in scoring and looking for the open man.
Here's Capulong inside. Good stop there by Benilde. Carlos seeing an opening inside to Turco. Good luck from Prince Carlos to Paul Turco. And nakuha doon, napatayo si Michael Mara.
And what a beautiful way to get your bigs involved. Kasi alam naman natin, CSB was struggling from the outside the mid-range. It's time naman to go inside the paint like Arellano. Kasi make sure to get the high percentage shots.
Meanwhile, Mintes mula sa labas si Larsuma. By the way, that basket by Paul Turco, that's her first field goal since the 6-minute mark way back in the second quarter. Gozum wanting to go inside. Almost a steal, a completed one here. Here's Talampas.
Kitang-kita na yung intention ng Arellano. I mean, when it comes to the defense, you can see the intention of CSB rather. They are looking for the player inside the paint. But if you keep doing that, mapabasa talaga ng Arellano. So nakita mo nga, they were able to deflect the pass of Gozum. Kaya right now, you have to find other adjustments rather than going inside the paint. Kaya kahit alam mo it's a higher percentage shot, you have to figure out the other things you can do to confuse the defense. If you can't go inside, do some perimeter shots, but make sure to get everyone else involved.
Here's a 3. Mintes mula kay Felix Villarente. And Arellano still cold to start the second half. Can Carlos and Benilde capitalize? Will Gozum, the spin. Gozum still cannot buy a second field goal here in this game. Mintes mula sa loob para kay Valencia. Medyo nanlamig itong Arellano. The 3 wala mula kay Sunga. Both teams starting off cold here to start the second half.
Cold indeed. And these are little things that you need to remember. Both teams, kahit a ball flies, you have to locate the nearest man and box out. Kaya ito yung nangyayari. A lot of players would just rather run down the court instead of boxing out. So it's better to get everybody involved. Kahit hindi mo tao, lapitan mo na and get that box out.
3 minutes has already gone by here in the third quarter. Only just a single 2 points from either team, and that was Benilde make that the first 2 points here in the second half. Lawrence Capulong putting Arellano back up by 10. Oxon handoff wala kay Gozum. They go to Turco. Good defense by Arellano, just doubling itong si Oxon, but that leaves an open-minded man inside, and that's Mark Sanko. Villarente slowing things down, calling the play. Villarente drives the reverse. No! Here's Carlos pushing the pace para sa Benilde Blazers. Carlos driving all the way. And Prince Carlos getting that layup to go. That will be Carlos's first basket made here in this game.
What a way for CSP to convert those shots. Finally matching or even doing better sa pace ng Arellano by running down the court, getting inside the paint, and getting the bigs involved finally. So hopefully makita natin yung big adjustment nila dito sa second half.
Timeout on the floor. Coach Charles Stew wants to talk things over. They're down 6. We'll be right back. let's turn things over to Lizelle Nerves, who has more on Coach Charles, you and the Blazers, what they talked about at the half. Lizelle.
In the dugout, Coach Charles stressed the importance of executing their game plans and to listen to instructions with the intense atmosphere. Even team captain Robbie Naive stepped up to communicate with the Blazers and reminded them with their main goal, which is to get to the Final Four. And he also said na trabahuin natin to, hindi to mabibigay sa atin ng basta-basta. Doblehin natin ang effort this second half at walang bibitaw. That's all from the Benilde side. Back to you, Andre and Andre.
Thank you, Lizelle. Robbie Naive trying to hype his teammates. He is Benilde's captain playing his final season. But they've been cold as a team. As I said, nobody in double figures yet para dito sa Blazers. It's just Mark Sampo who's been the leading scorer with 8 points. But that big three of Okson, Gozum, and Corteza is quiet today. Even Naive. Carlos, but he's picking it up here. 2 baskets. All coming here in the third period para kay Prince Carlos.
And going back to CSB, kahit na alam naman natin, sinabi mo sa halftime report that they need to stick to their game plan, kahit nagkakamali sila or hindi natutuloy, it's good to see the guards of Benilde finding ways to make those broken plays happen, like what happened kay Prince Carlos. So it's better talaga to find your way inside the basket.
And that's just Arellano's third three-pointer made in this game, courtesy of Gidan Omotan. And then looking at some plays here, Omotan with a jab step, knocking down the corner triple. Corteza back on the floor para sa Benilde Blazers. So it's Miggy Corteza, Will Gozum, Mix Okson, Prince Carlos, and Robbie Naive. The 5 on the floor from Charles Stew. Okson looking to inbound to the baseline, gives it to Gozum. They need Will to step up his game. Oh, but a tap, turnover para sa Blazers. Tumatakbo si Umotan all the way, a miss. At that tap, napunta pa rin sa Arellano and a foul charged on Will Gozum. And the Bastillas will head to the line for 2. Let's head back courtside and listen to what Coach Chico Manabat told the Chiefs in the dugout at the half, courtesy of this report from Stephanie Benito.
Thank you, Andre. Coach Chico Manabat commended the team for doing well during the last minutes of the first half and also for executing their defensive game plan and for sticking to their offensive mindset. Pero pinaalalahanan pa rin ni Coach ang koponan na hindi pa tapos ang laban since they were doing well defensively. Ang gusto ni Coach maging tougher yung defense ang team dahil doon daw sila nabubuhay. They have to keep on going, communicate inside the court, coordinate, and stick to their system. Ito daw ang recipe ng team to acing the second half. Ito muna sa ngayon sa panig ng Arellano Chiefs. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Stephanie. Well, they're still ahead here by 7. That basket will count para kay Prince Carlos, and he's been on fire here in the third quarter. You see that aggression, Andre, here in the first period from Prince Carlos after not hitting a field goal in the first half. Prince Carlos was 0 of 1 in 10 minutes in the first 2 quarters. Prince Carlos in 5 minutes here in the third. Now with 6 points, he has a chance to make it 7.
And what I like about yung laro nga nito ni Prince Carlos is, yes, they've noticed that Arellano is defending him well, but he finds ways to enter the basket and create for himself and of course for his team. And this is one way to get rewarded. Basta, pag nababasa mo yung defense from a mile away, make sure to make those adjustments right away.
7 points now for Prince. Keeping Benilde in this one, just down 4 after trailing as much as 10 to end the first half. Ongotan looking to go to Kapulong, 2 seconds, 1 to shoot. Good defense from the Blazers here on that possession, forcing Arellano to not let go of a shot. And Coach Chico Manabat furious on the sidelines, living on Danny Malyari.
Also like to point out, kitang-kita that Kapulong wanted to get the ball inside the paint, but he was being defended very well by the bigs of the CSB. So it's really good to see adjustment na ginagawa ng Blazers sa bigs ng Arellano.
Guy who just checked in, Arciaga. Jess Arciaga, who just was inserted into the lineup by Coach Charles Dew. Knocks his first field goal in. He didn't play in the first half. Itong si Arsiaga, one of the 4 rookies nitong Benilde Blazers.
And I want to point out si Arsiaga, no, like the things he's doing right now, ito yung mga hindi nakikita sa stats. What a way to double team at the same time have the bigs of Arellano have a hard time receiving the ball.
Samantala, Felix Villarente with that 3. Oxon answering, yes, para sa tres. And that is Migs Oxon's second 3-pointer today, which is 6 points para kay Migs. He's 2 of 5 from downtown. The tap. Last touch by the Chiefs. Ball will go back.
And this is what I mentioned earlier. Both teams don't seem to know where their man is to box out. Because either the important things you need to do, once that ball flies, you never know if it's going to go in or not. You really have to hustle. But before hustling, you have to stand your ground and box out.
Oxon getting the friendly rattle in. Second 3-point shot. We know he is a streaky shooter. Did score 29 points in 1 game just a couple of weeks ago here in season 99. And if you're Arellano, you don't want to get that guy going for Benilde.
That is true. And even though nakadalawang tres pa lang to si Oxon, we can already see that he's getting his rhythm back by involving.
He fires it again! Yes, para sa tres! Just like that, Oxon knocking down back-to-back threes, getting the lead back to the Benilde Blazers, 45-44. Migs Oxon was just 1 of 4 from downtown in the first 2 quarters, 1 of 5 from the field, just 3 points at the end of the first half. But here in the third, he's scorching hot, 2 of 3 from downtown, now with 9 points. Those last 6 points ng Blazers coming from last season's masked man, Migs Oxon. And he's trying to keep Benilde in this one. Puts him up by 1 after trailing as much as 10. And again, we're talking about his rhythm. Andre, you don't want to get this guy going if you're Arellano because he will start to cook from anywhere on the floor.
And like you mentioned, it's going to be a scary sight to see once this guy picks up heat, and looks like it's happening right now. You can see iba na yung body language of CSB. They are more determined to defend, and of course, hopefully, they will be able to execute more of their plays sa kanilang offense sa next possession.
Also starts on the defensive end. Mr. by Valencia, Suma wanting to kick it out to Villarente. Good anticipation by Migs Oxon. Coach Chico Manabat, that anxious look on his face. I earlier saw his lovely wife, Benilde Santiago Manabat, in attendance with their daughter, Chloe, who's growing taller and taller and taller by the day. I think she's just 7 years old, but she looks like she's way older than 7 years old. You see Chloe, their daughter, anak ni Coach Chico and ni Dindin. Sanko coming back in for the Blazers. Corteza. It's back to the bench. Larsunga, 2 free throws here for Lars. And there is Big D, Dindin Santiago Manabat. And of course their daughter, there is. Kanina si Dindin, sabi ni Dindin, kinakabahan ako. Sabi niya, mas kinakabahan akong manood kesa maglaro. Mas gusto ko pang maglaro. And Dindin, one of the best blockers National U has produced and this country has produced, along with her sister Jaja Santiago. Those two in the middle, oh my goodness.
Nightmare for the other team.
Oh, yeah. You said it. It's just our second deadlock. 45 all. Arellano, which we know loves to run. They're the #1 fast-breaking team in the NCAA. But a turnover Oxon getting the ball back for the Blazers.
Ito na nga kitang-kita yung adjustment ng CSB. Finally, they can see that Arellano will be running down the court looking for the easiest opportunity inside the paint. Pero na-counter na naman ng CSB by having that amazing presence of mind and knowing where the ball will be going.
Capulong will be called for the foul.
Blocking foul,
Blocking
number 4,
foul.
Lawrence Capulong. His
First personal, second team foul on the Chiefs here in the third quarter. 2:06 remaining. Happy Sunday po muli sa lahat ng ating mga kapuso. Director at the helm is the veteran, the seasoned director, Alberto Ramos. Nice look inside to Arciaga. The game producer is R.R. Romano. There is Bill Bozum on the bench. Prince Carlos, who had a good third period, also at the bench.
And this is a good sign to see sa mga bigs ng CSB kasi alam naman natin si Gozum is kind of quiet right now but hopefully gets his rhythm. Pero si Arciaga doing what he can by being aggressive, getting that ball inside the paint, creating for the team and making sure to be in the right position. So no hope is all lost yet kasi obviously nakita natin yung hunger ng mga bigs na pinapasok ni Coach Charles dito para sa CSB.
Jesse Ray, Giancarlo Arciaga. Four rookies missing on his second free throws. Right here, Jericho Arellano for three. He overshoots his mark. Back to Villarente and Arellano. Under 2 to play in third. Villarente. Handoff to Valencia. Back to Villarente. The spin. Difficult shot from Felix Villarente. The tap. Makukuha ni Marcos. Back to the Blazers. They want to push it. Arellano is pushing it. Arellano all the way! Gets fouled and he will head to the line for 2. He looked like the bus driver Gio Arellano on that play. That burst of speed from 0 to 100 in just a second. And we know, pag Arellano ng apelido mo, you know you can run and you can run the break.
And what a way to prove that. And of course, props to Arciaga for sealing, giving that good space for Arellano to attack the basket. Of course, hindi na-connect. But that's what you want to see if you are CSB, knowing that meron ka pang mga guards and bigs who are so aggressive in this game.
You know, Jericho had a good earlier season playing for the juniors team of Arellano. There's Kuya Gio. And then he was sidelined with that knee injury. That's why he had to miss all throughout the rest of the shortened season in juniors for Arellano. And he takes his second free throw. There's Gio with some notes, I'm sure. Some mental notes, and he will give some tips and advice to his little brother after the game. Arellano down 2. 10-point lead suddenly gone. Suma, the 3, wala.
Ayan, you can already notice that Arellano wants to attack the basket, but yun nga lang, CSB is defending very well. So it looks like they really listen up dun sa kanilang huddle and knowing that their game plans sa defense. So pag upapansin natin, Arellano is already having a difficult time getting their high percentage shots inside the paint. So props to CSB for that good defense.
Ball back to Arellano. Geronimo, a nice pass inside to Capulong. That was a good play from the baseline. Geronimo spotting the big man, Lawrence Capulong, who now has 8.
Gotta love the game of Capulong. Very patient, always knowing where to go, knows his spots, and always obviously not a selfish player. He's very unselfish and will always get his team involved.
Nice look by Naive to Mark Sanko, who's now in double figures. 10 points para kay Mark Sanko, is the first Benilde Blazer in double figures. Nice pass mula kay Robbie Naive. Suma, guarded by Marcos. Valencia has it. 6 under shot clock. Valencia drawing the double. Valencia in trouble. Valencia putting a wild shot up. Back to the Blazers. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Dying seconds here in the third. Marcos asking for it, doesn't get it. Naive has it. Arciaga getting ready to set the screen for Robbie Naive. 5 under shot clock. Naive splitting the defense, threading the needle, and scoring on that layup to end the third. heave is no good. Para dito sa Arellano. And at the end of the third quarter, Benilde outscoring itong Arellano 25-11 to be up 51-47, fourth quarter. Coming up after the break.